The second set of yogic teachings was expounded to the Sapta Rishis or the seven sages. When we use the word yoga, don't think it means twisting your body or holding your breath or anything like that. We are not talking about a particular exercise or a technique. We are talking about the very science of creation and how to take this piece of creation, that is you, to its ultimate possibility. We are looking at gaining mastery over the fundamental processes of life, the very process of creation and dissolution. It doesn't matter at what level of evolution a person is right now. For him also there is a way. For every being on the planet there is certain way. That is the advantage of yoga. This teaching happened on the banks of Kanti Sarovar. This is where the world's first yoga program happened. Shiva has been my 50%. Okay. Shiva has been my 50% partner in everything that I do, but still he overwhelms me. For a person who is seeking some kind of spiritual uplift, Kedar is a boon, whose proportions you cannot imagine. That's how it is. If one person is open to this, it's very difficult to explain to you what it means. After all, it's just a mountain, just an outcrop of rock. But it's just what the type of people who lived here have done for these 1,000 years. What they have done to the space there, which makes the enormous difference. Now that we are going up in a large group, as we have for the last few years, we need to understand this. In the programs that we do, 1,000,000 times over, I have been saying the same thing, just be with me, just be with me. But for most people, what about the food? What about the toilet? What's happening here? What's happening there? That's been the focus. The few moments of just being there have made some difference. And in so many ways, that's what has brought you here. I would like to say this once again. You just need to be with this without deviating yourself. If you do not know what it means to be with something, at least keeping your senses focused is a good way to start being with something. Now, if you are looking at me, does not mean you are being with me, but it's a very good way to start. You're not capable of looking away from me and being with me. So a good way to start is with your senses. This is a place that has been specifically prepared for sound, Shiva. When we utter the word Shiva, it is the freedom of the uncreated, the liberation of one who is not created. He has been 50% partner in everything that I do, but still overwhelms me. It is not 100% correct to say this, but we can say that the sound of Shiva emanates from this space. It's almost like that. So it's a tremendous possibility. One way of assisting yourself to be with this is that every step that you take, you utter Shiva. If you want to have a picnic, it's a beautiful place, a fantastic place. I'm not against it. If you wish to do it that way, it's up to you. There are no compulsions about this. But if you wish to know something else here, you must minimize yourself. You must simply make yourself very small, and every step that you take, we will go with a certain mantra. So when we say Shiva, it's not about creating one more idol, one more god that we can beg to, ask for more prosperity or for better things in life. It is not about that. The word Shiva means that which is not. Not that which is, but that which is not. If you want to put it in logical terms, we have been saying everything begins and nothing and ends with nothing. Everything begins from nothing and ends with nothing. Everything that's here has evolved itself out of nothingness. Now it is here, and again it goes back to nothingness. This is a fact of life, that nothingness is Shiva. When we call Shunya is Shiva. That emptiness is Shiva. You can call it by name or form. Or if you have that much awareness, you can look at it as a formless energy. But that which contains everything, that which is not, is Shiva. We have given many names to this energy, many forms also, but one important aspect of Shiva is Shambho. Normally, Shambho, or that aspect of this root energy, is worshipped only by people who are on spiritual path, because the word Shambho means the auspicious one. The most auspicious thing that can happen to you is to realize yourself, is to reach the highest within yourself. We think, unfortunately, that getting married is auspicious, getting a promotion is auspicious, building a new house is auspicious. The most auspicious thing that can happen to you in your life is that you reach the peak within yourself. At Isha, the energy of Shambho has been very dominant. In that form, we are able to call him down to us here very easily. In that form, he seems to respond to us much better than any other form. There is a very unfortunate tradition right now which says you should not keep Shiva in your house. It is right. You should never keep Shiva in your house. You have to keep him in your heart. Keeping him in your house is of no use. If you have the courage, you carry him in your heart. Locking him up in the puja room won't work because you can't lock him up. One reason why this has been said is that this energy is towards your dissolution. This energy is for you to reach the highest peak. This energy is not for begging. This energy is not for getting a little more advantage out of life. This energy is only for those people who are seeking to reach the very peak of their consciousness. If you are only concerned about getting a little more advantage out of life, maybe we can create many other smaller deities, smaller aspects of life, but not Mahadeva, not Shambho. If you go to the highest ultimate power in existence, you must also be going with the petition for the highest possibility. You cannot be going with small things to the big man. So that's why they told you, don't keep him in your house. If you are limiting yourselves to small things in life, don't keep Shiva in your house. But if you are seeking the highest, you should. Shiva has always been referred to as Trayambaka because he has a third eye. The third eye is the eye of vision. These two eyes are just the sensory organs. They feed the mind with all kinds of nonsense because what you see is not the truth. You see this person and you think about him. You see that person and you think else. But you are not able to see the Shiva in him. These two eyes don't really see the truth. So another eye, an eye of deeper penetration, has to be opened up. In this country, in this tradition, knowing does not mean reading books. Knowing does not mean listening to somebody's talks. Knowing does not mean gathering information from here and there. Knowing means opening up a new vision or insight into life. So true knowing means your third eye has to open up. If this eye of vision is not opened, if we are limited